Hello everyone, I am Jace from Student Affairs and Industry Engagement. Do you know the World Mental Health Day falls in the month of October every year? It is celebrated everywhere across the world to create awareness about the importance of mental health, and PSB Academy is proud to be part of this global movement. The outbreak of COVID-19 since the start of 2020 has affected many of us in many different ways. We spend more time studying or working from home, and we got to admit that spending more time with our family members or housemates under the same roof may cause occasional conflicts, such as fighting for the toilets. So, in this month's Keep It Lit series, we will be teaching you how to stay home, and to kickstart, we will be sharing with you 5 ways to exercise understanding and compassion. Let's go! Alright, so today we have our guest speaker, Yan Teng. So, Yan Teng, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, so my name is Yan Teng and I'm from Silver Ribbon Singapore. I'm a clinical executive. So just to share a little bit about Silver Ribbon, we are actually a mental health advocacy organization that really tries to promote positivity towards mental health.
Right, thank you so much. So today you'll be sharing with you 5 ways to exercise understanding and compassion. So Yan Teng, why is it important to exercise understanding and compassion during this period of time?
I think especially during this period of COVID-19, I think it's important for us to really kind of have a bit of compassion, because we might not know what people around us might be going through, with the economy recession, as well as sometimes they might even have health issues that they might be worried about. And I think in this period of uncertainty, it would be very helpful if the community can really come together and exercise some compassion for one another to help each other along.
Right, thank you so much. So take it away.
Okay, thank you so much, Jesslyn. So I think the 5 ways to really understand and to exercise compassion, I think first thing, it starts with ourselves. Yeah, I think we can only be compassionate towards other people if we are compassionate towards ourselves. So I think the first thing that we need to learn is really to have some self-compassion, and it starts with being patient with ourselves. Sure, we might encounter hiccups along the ways in our life, but I think it's important for us to learn how to accept our own mistakes and failures in a very healthy manner, because let's face it, everybody makes mistakes, everybody has slip-ups. And it's only part of being human, falling down and learning how to get back up again. Yeah, and I think on top of that, we also have to learn how to recognize our own achievements and our own positive qualities, because oftentimes people focus a lot on the negative things, our shortcomings, but they neglect what is good about us, what makes us us, essentially. So I think, being able to recognize the good side of us, the things that we did well, really goes a long way in practicing self-compassion. And when we talk about compassion, it's really about understanding the suffering that we are going through as well as other people are going through. So it's kind of like a shared ground. Yeah, and I think that's the very, very basic first step that we need to have, is to be have compassion for ourselves. Okay, so the next thing is also to learn how to be kind. Okay, not only towards ourselves, but towards other people. And I think, especially during this current situation of the COVID-19, don't be too quick to jump into conclusions when we encounter things that might upset us. Maybe we see people without a mask and you get kind of concerned, and you'll be like, hey, that person, is it trying to harm people? But sometimes there could be more reasons behind that. So don't be so quick to jump into conclusions and accuse other people of doing wrong things or doing bad things. Try to give other people, benefit of the doubt. Maybe they have certain reasoning, maybe they have certain experiences, or maybe they have certain things that happened in the past that might be, causing them to behave in this manner or to react in this manner at that point of time. Yeah, and I think when we communicate with other people as well, it's also important for us to express our views in a kind manner. I think when we try to share things, we need to remember what is the purpose of sharing, is to kind of to communicate, not to try and hurt other people. Yeah, so be kind, with the way we treat other people and with our words especially. Okay? The third way is, of course, empathy. I think this is something that people have heard a lot about, empathy. Of course, there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. So the thing about empathy is putting ourselves in other people's shoes and try to see things from their point of view. Yeah, try to understand what they are going through when people share with you. And empathy really starts with listening. Yeah, being able to listen attentively to what other people are saying when they try to share their experience. And that really helps us to attempt to understand what they have been through and try to process and try to feel what they have been through at the point of time. And by practicing empathy, we can really share this common ground that, hey, Mary, you and I are not that different. We go through tough patches in life. Yeah, so empathy is one key point. Okay, next is, of course, how to reduce judgment. Okay, and again, this goes on both sides. Okay, reducing judgment towards ourselves, because sometimes we might be too quick to dismiss, certain unhappy feelings or certain issues that we might be experiencing. We might be telling ourselves, why am I feeling upset over something so small? People out there must be suffering more. But I think that is the wrong way to kind of go about it, because we need to acknowledge where there is unhappiness or when there is suffering. Don't be so quick to dismiss it as insignificant, because we need to kind of acknowledge and understand that these experiences are uniquely ours. Yeah, and this, by extension, also applies to other people. When people share their challenges with us, when people share their issues with us, try to avoid judging them based on what they are going through. Yeah, sometimes you might be noticing your friend, for example, why is he feeling so upset just because he didn't do so well in examinations? Just an example, but we have to understand that maybe this examination means a lot more for him, and we cannot, benchmark him based on our own expectations. So I think it's best if we can try to, reduce judgment and really try to take in what the experience is like for the other party, especially when they choose to open up to us and share with us their challenges. And I think finally, one way to really help us, exercise and to practice compassion is, of course, altruism. So by doing things like voluntary work for a cause that you're passionate about, it can be, mental health, it can be for animals, it can be for the needy families. All these things, it increases our exposure to other people's stories, to connect us with other people, and it not only widens our horizons, okay, it also deepens our appreciation for life, and it also builds on our ability to relate and to connect with other people. But of course, altruism doesn't necessarily have to just be about volunteering, okay? It can just be as simple as saying thank you to maybe the waiter that served you in a restaurant, or maybe the auntie that helped you clear your table at a coffee shop. Something simple to really acknowledge and to thank people for doing things for us. That, I would say, is also constituted as altruism. Yeah, and I think that would be the 5 different ways that we can kind of exercise and practice compassion to really help, society and Singapore to really move to a better place.
All right, thank you so much, Yan Deng, for the insightful information. So do catch us on the next Keep It Lit series, and we will be sharing with you 5 ways to communicate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. It is important for us to exercise understanding and compassion to help each other along, especially during this period. Here are the 5 ways you can do so. Practice self-compassion, be kind, show empathy, reduce judgment, and exercise altruism. Oh, and don't forget, on 10 October, stay tuned to our social media platforms as PSB Academy students, alumni and staff share about their stay-home stories during the COVID-19 restrictions. See you in the next Keep It Lit series. Bye!